This is installment 2 of the Steve Reeves type workout. We're starting with 90-degree seated dumbbell presses. And it's good to have your palms forward if you want to concentrate on the lateral head of the deltoid. And you do these much like an incline dumbbell press, except when the bells go back, of course, they're over the top of your head. But you don't want to press straight up or forward, you want to press slightly back. And that's a good movement because you can't really cheat on them. Next up, we have standing lateral raises. And these should be moved up steadily and not dropped. And you kind of want to hold the dumbbells towards the rear of your palm so they're a little offset, because the front of the dumbbell should dip a little like you're pouring water. But I see so many guys just throw these up and drop them, and they're not really getting much growth. As if they just took a weight that they could handle and do it strictly. But on deltoids, we try to concentrate primarily on the lateral head and the posterior head, because you get the frontal a lot from pressing. Next up is the single arm rear dumbbell lateral for the back of the deltoid. And actually, these are better done one arm at a time because you can control them better and you can hold them out longer too. But you do these much like a side lateral, only you're bent over. And it'll work a lot of the little muscle groups in the upper back as well as the rear deltoid. But a good thing to remember is, like if you're doing a single arm movement, work your weaker arm first and then your stronger arm last so you can get the same number of reps. Thus, you create more symmetry. Next up, we have a supine crossover cable flies. These are superior to dumbbells because the further you move your arms, the more tension you get. With where dumbbells, it'll drop off. And these are good for the outer line of the pectorals, but they also work those fingers up and down the sternum. But you have to do these in a very deliberate fashion. And you can bend your elbows a little bit, or you can have your arms straight, like Joe demonstrates here. But I think if you bend your elbows too much, it's you're not going to get as good an effect. Next movement is cable upright rows. And I think these are better than a barbell because you control them so much more. And the upright row is almost sort of like a semi-lateral. But Reeves used to do these, and what he would do is he would lock his lats so that he'd keep his traps out of the movement and just isolate the shoulders. But you can see from the way Joe's doing them that you can do them very deliberate, and you get one heck of a pump in your shoulders, and it pretty much keeps all the stress on your lateral head once again. So everything, if you're into cosmetic bodybuilding, everything is about width and taper and good arms. Here's a different angle of cable upright rows just to demonstrate how much Joe's taper is improved by doing Reeves methods. He's only 171 pounds and he's already got a taper like that. Square shoulders, and this is all from doing Reeves type methods. Next movement is pull-ups with a curl grip. These are just a good all-around lat movement, but they'll also work your forearms and biceps pretty well. But This is a good movement for trainers to start with if they can't do wide grip chins. They can build up to them by doing these. Next up, we're going to demonstrate wide grip pull downs. And just as a sidebar, if you remember the old song by Bing Crosby, I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas, George Eiferman once said that Reeves, when he done wide grip pull downs, he used to sing, I'm dreaming of a wide latissimus, which Joe and I are also dreaming of. He's well on his way. But another thing Reeves always said, if you want to be wide, work wide. And if you're a guy like me that doesn't have naturally wide clavicles, you can do things to affect a good V shape, and a V shape will always make you look wider than you actually are. But you can see for, you know, a guy that's not really a huge guy, 171 pounds, he's really got a pretty good amount of muscle and good taper. Next we have tricep kickbacks, and I'm not really sure if Reeves was known for doing these, but I know Larry Scott was. And they're really a good movement because when you lock your arm, you can really get a peak contraction. And it really pretty much works all three heads of the tricep. You can see a clear horseshoe on Joe's arm there when he has the dumbbell all the way up. Very good horseshoe. But it's just a great finishing off movement. And I think it'll carve that horseshoe probably better than any other tricep movement I can think of. But a lot of people don't like to do one arm movements because they find it too tedious, but if you take the time to do them, they add a lot of detail and they really pay off. So they're not a waste of time. They're well worth every minute. Okay, this is our Power Tech squat. Joe's going to demonstrate calves, which we always do before the squats. And I had those two blocks welded on the top so that the heels wouldn't touch the floor when you go down. And as you can see on this video, Joe has the shape in his calves. The inner head is really low. He just needs to add on some more size. But for most guys, calves seem to be the hardest muscle to develop. But he stretches down really low. The stretch is more important than the contraction, but you kind of have to get a rhythm on these. But that's calves. So here's another look at the Power Tech. The top is kind of like a yoke apparatus, and it's well padded and goes over your shoulders, and it just makes it a lot more comfortable. Here's a side view of calf raises. You can see how well they really work. Next up, Power Tech squats. You can see the platform is angled like, maybe 40, 45 degrees, which takes all the pressure off your lower back. And really, this is almost sort of like an upright hack/sissy squat, because Joe's doing parallel squats here, but you can go all the way down if you like full squatting, you know, butt to heels. And what I like is it not only takes off your lower back, it takes off your hips too, and it really isolates your quads. It's a good little machine. I don't know if they make them anymore, but anyone that had a mind to could probably weld one together. But they're really great. I mean, unlike conventional squats, you can do them very deliberately. You can take your time, and you get the same effect. Hey Joe, by the way, how old are you now?
41.
And what's your diet today?
Chicken and donuts.
Oh, okay. Well, this is a wrap.